All right, guys, David Villa here with an episode of Game Changer Podcast. And today we're going to talk about great people and the power of community. Great people and the power of community. You know, over the years, just working around leaders and high-performing salespeople, executives, business owners, I have always asked the question, and I'm assuming that a lot of you guys in leadership have wondered this as well. Why do some people perform at a high level and others don't? So if we just omit talent and potential, because I think that, hopefully we have learned that, how to hire, right? And there's a challenge to that as well. And we're going to be doing some podcasts and some training, tackling that topic on hiring because hiring is so important. But let's just say you've got that down and you're hiring people that you feel like they're talented and they have potential. They interview well. They have a strong resume. And they're impressive when you sit down and talk to them. And so you look back, and I've asked this question over the years, why do some people perform at such a high level and others don't? And I want to throw the thought out today that great people want to be surrounded with and challenged by other great people. Again, great people want to be surrounded with and challenged by other great people. And so can I say this to the leaders out there? I know that especially as faith-based leaders and someone who cares about people, you want to give them all the opportunity in the world. Make sure your training's on point. There's a lot of things that we can do to make sure that we're setting people up for success. Our processes need to be dialed in. There needs to be a form of orientation, constant training and things like that. But that's on us. But what's on them is, and what's also on us is making sure that we can draw the line between grace and accountability, and make sure that we are not pouring into, with the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. We're not pouring in too much for too long to somebody who's not willing to pay the price, because it will affect the great people that do work for us or that we interact with. So great people want to be surrounded with and challenged by other great people. And this profound statement resonates deeply, I believe, within the context of personal growth and spiritual development. The company we keep plays a pivotal role in shaping our character, our ambitions, and ultimately our destiny and our success and our growth. Let's look at Proverbs 27:17. I love this. The book of Proverbs is huge for business, huge for leadership, huge for your daily walk. But here in this context, let's look at 27:17 of Proverbs. We find a beautiful truth here, and we've wore this scripture out, but I want to read it today. And it says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. I want you to really think about that for a second. If you ever try to cut something with a knife that is dull, right? You have to sharpen it. And if you sharpen it, it's sharpened is by iron. Iron will sharpen iron, but it could also be rubbed the wrong way. It can be rubbed in the wrong direction, and you could damage it as well. So it's very important, but iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. And so the scripture here highlights the importance of surrounding ourselves with those who inspire and challenge us to reach our fullest potential. And we as leaders must also make this available for those who work with us in our sphere of influence and those that we manage and direct. We have to surround them, the great people, by someone who is going to challenge and help them reach their full potential as well. So just as iron sharpens iron, great individuals will help refine one another. And they foster an environment, and in this environment is where ideas flourish and aspirations soar. So when we align ourselves with other great people, those who share our values inspire us through their actions and challenge us to grow. And so I want to look at a few points here, looking at great people and the power of community. Great people and the power of community. Again, looking at the quote here, great people want to be surrounded with and challenged by other great people. It's essential, in based on this, that community plays in our personal spiritual growth, and the relationships we cultivate significantly will shape our character, ambitions, and our destiny. So let's look at a couple key points here. Number one, the importance of community. The importance of community. Can I just say this? The company we keep is crucial in our growth journey. The company we keep is crucial in our growth journey. The company that you allow to stay at your organization is crucial for the growth journey of the movers and shakers that you employ, those that are striving to become better And so surrounding ourselves and surrounding our people with inspiring individuals, other people that are inspiring, will help everyone reach their fullest potential. So community is super important. So the importance of community is the first point there, and you can't underestimate this. My grandfather used to say, if you want to be an eagle, stop hanging around with turkeys. So if you want a sales room of eagles, stop hiring turkeys and stop tolerating turkeys. If you want the elite, the best of the best in your leadership team, then make sure you are doing your best to place accountability measures in place to hold your team accountable so that you can get the best of the best, and surround those that are taking ownership and showing ownership, and not being reactive but proactive. You're surrounding them with other people that feel and think that way, because that will inspire them to reach their fullest potential. If you're taking notes here, I'm going to have you fill in the blank based on, on the screen here. The company we keep plays a pivotal role in shaping our future and our destiny. Our future and our destiny. The company we keep plays a pivotal role in shaping our future and destiny. So let's look at the second point here. Scriptural foundation. All right. Proverbs 27:17, we just quoted that as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. This metaphor illustrates how great individuals can refine one another, fostering an environment of growth. So can I put down this here, and this is for your notes, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. It takes a sharp individual, right? It takes a strong individual. It takes a determined individual to sharpen other sharp individuals, determined individuals, and motivated individuals. Number 3, synergy in relationships. We can't underestimate this. Synergy in relationships is so important. So aligning with others who share our values creates powerful synergy. In developing teams over the years, that magic moment that happens in a room, in an environment where synergy takes place. Synergy, and then sometimes people will say throughout the day, man, come on, guys, we need to make something happen. We need to get fired up. And they'll say, the room feels dead, or, man, the atmosphere just doesn't feel charged. And what they're really saying is, hey, do you remember that time or those moments where there was a synergistic feel in the atmosphere? And so when that happens, it's kind of like dropping, the old commercial with the chia pets. You drop the seeds in, and instantly and massively it grows. And so when there's synergistic moments going on, that's the time where seeds seemingly grow, deals come back, things happen, success, begins to manifest and blossom and multiply. Well, somebody would say, well, synergy, let's get something, let's make it happen. Well, synergy doesn't just happen. Synergy is when each individual does their part. And when you get individuals that are great and you surround them with other great individuals, that's the recipe for synergy. And so synergy in relationships is huge. Aligning with others who share our values creates powerful synergy. So things like this: collaboration, accountability. So giving people a voice, holding them accountable to their goals that they set, the amount of money they want to make, right? The dreams that they want to see come to fruition. So collaboration, accountability, and mutual encouragement. So not only, by the way, the word encouragement, I think sometimes we need to really understand what something means. So let's look at what discouragement means. Discouragement means to suck out courage, to siphon courage from somebody. So you're deflating someone. I'm discouraged. You're discouraged. You're a discouragement. By the way, if you take great people, surround them with mediocre people, the mediocre people, because they're just sort of there floating around, drifting, and while this great person is driving. And then what happens is this mediocre person, or this below average person that's kind of apathetic in their goals and their dreams, will begin to discourage the great people, and it will bring them down. So, mutual encouragement is important, but if discouragement is siphoning out courage, what is encouragement? It's to instill courage, install courage, deposit courage. So through collaboration, accountability, and then mutual encouragement, where we encourage one another, this enhances the journey. This enhances the atmosphere. This enhances the company. This enhances the family. This enhances the organization. All right. So here, you can write this down. It's going to be on the screen, but surrounding ourselves with great people leads to a powerful synergy that propels us forward. So this synergy, when it gets there, when that sweet spot happens, then it propels us forward. It's kind of like when you watch people racing, in drag racing, and they're going the quarter mile, and these hot rod cars on these movies like Fast and Furious, they're driving and they're already fast. They're already, modified to the hilt. But then all of a sudden, 60% into the race, what did they hit? They flipped a little switch and you see the little red nitrous button. They hit it, and then it propels them forward. And it's kind of the same thing when you surround yourself with great people. It leads to a powerful synergy, nitrous, that propels us forward. All right, fourth point, let's look at the New Testament perspective here. 1 Thessalonians 5:11, it encourages us, and it says this: encourage one another and build each other up. Can I just say this? The reason you need to take great people and surround them with other great people is because a mediocre person, a below average person, when I'm saying that, by the way, I'm not cutting down a person. I believe this: everybody has talent and everyone has potential. Again, that doesn't matter as much unless you can build the talent and grow the potential, right? Unless you can unlock the talent and grow the potential, it doesn't matter. So you have talented people. I'm not talking down about a person, but if you have mediocre people, meaning someone that doesn't hold themselves accountable, never hits their goals, really doesn't have their stuff together, it's kind of all over the place. You take that person, right? It's impossible for that person that's below average, that's kind of lost in their head, to build somebody else up. And so Thessalonians, when it talks about encourage one another and build each other up, it's really talking about you have to put yourself in a place where you're built up so you can build others up. This emphasizes our responsibility, not only as team members, but as leaders, to seek greatness in relationships and contribute to others' greatness. If you want to become greater, if you want to become more successful, then can I just challenge you, contribute to someone else's greatness. All right. And so here's for your notes. We're called to encourage one another and build each other what? Up, right? Up, not down, not sideways, not stagnant, not stay the same, but we're called to build one another up. All right, let's look at point number 5, collective journey of greatness. I love that. It's not only a journey of greatness, because look, here's the reality. If your vision's big, it's going to take other people to fulfill it, and it's going to take a collective journey. So greatness is not solely an individual pursuit, right? Especially if you're a kingdom person, if you're a person that is following the marketplace rule, the kingdom principles, then it's always about other people and what you can do for them through the Lord, right? So greatness is not an individual pursuit. It's a collective journey. So we lift each other up, challenge one another, and celebrate victories together. I love that, right? We lift each other up, because if I lift somebody up, right? Jesus said, if you lift him up, he'll draw men unto him. Well, if we're supposed to act like Jesus, then if we lift each other up, then how many know that that's going to draw success? It's going to draw victories to you as well. So we lift each other up. We challenge one another. If you take great people, here's the thing: as a leader, you don't always have to be the one to challenge somebody. If you surround great people with other great people, guess what? They'll challenge one another. Sometimes they're even challenged themselves. So we lift each other up, we challenge one another, and here's the other one: we celebrate victories together, even the small wins. Yes, it's good to hit that milestone. It's awesome to hit that monthly goal. It's great that, hey, we hit our yearly income goal, or hey, we increased our business this much, or we're up this year 200%, or whatever it is. But it's really important to celebrate even the small victory. So for your notes, greatness is a what? Collective journey where we lift each other up. All right. So let's look at this for a second. When we align ourselves with other great people, those who share our values, those who inspire us through their actions and challenge us to grow, we create powerful synergy that propels us forward. There's the nitrous button. The journey of personal and spiritual growth is not meant to be walked alone, right? God's called us to walk together in community. Rather, it's enhanced through collaboration, accountability, and mutual encouragement. So when we look at 1 Thessalonians 5:11, and therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing, this call to community emphasizes the responsibility that we have both to seek out greatness in our relationships and contribute to the greatness of others. So as we strive to be great in our own right? How many want to be successful, right? And leave a legacy and be known as somebody who's made an impact? Well, let us remember that greatness is not merely an individual pursuit. It's a collective journey where we lift each other up, challenge one another, and celebrate our victories together. So here's the questions I want to ask you. Who are the great people in your lives? Who are the great people in your lives? Here's another question. Are you surrounding yourself with those who inspire you, challenge you, and help you grow? Are you surrounding yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and help you grow? A couple more questions. Who are the great people in my life? So am I surrounding myself with these people? What steps can I take to nurture these relationships? We always talk about mentorship, and, I can tell you that a lot of people have asked me over the years to mentor them, and I'm really picky about it, not because I don't want to pour into people. I really do. But, a lot of times people aren't committed to the process. So if you're going to find a mentor, make sure you're committed to the process. If you're going to mentor somebody, make sure they're committed to the process, or it's a waste of everyone's time. So someone has to be committed. So here's my question. What steps can you take to nurture these relationships? And these are commitments on your end. These are commitments on your end. All right. So if we're going to fill in the blank here, and we're going to put in, for our notes, I will seek out and nurture relationships with great people because, and that's for you to answer. Why? I will seek out and nurture relationships with great people because you fill in the blank. What's important to you? Why do you need to seek out great people and nurture these relationships? So in conclusion, the spirit of growth and encouragement is real. And so we have to embrace the challenge of surrounding ourselves with greatness. And together we can achieve remarkable things. Not alone, but together. Amen? So fill in the blank. Together, we can achieve what? Remarkable things. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Great people in the power of community. I'd love to see your comments below. I'd love to interact with you. If you want to connect with me, you can do so through Instagram. A lot of people are connecting with me on LinkedIn. You can find my LinkedIn profile. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure they're on the screen here. My LinkedIn profile, my X profile, formerly Twitter, my Facebook Game Changer group, and also my Instagram handle, because I'd love to connect with you and answer any questions you have as well. Make sure, if you're not subscribed on our YouTube channel here, so that you can receive future episodes of GC Talks podcast and Game Changer podcast, make sure you click the notification and subscribe button. And that way you can be notified every time we drop an episode. We appreciate you guys. If you haven't downloaded our Game Changer app, you can join close to over 20,000 other people in the marketplace that have downloaded our Game Changer app as well. There's a lot of ways we can connect. Hey, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I look forward to talking to you next time on Game Changer Podcast.